Thanks for riding with Jess.fm. See you next ride.
This episode 9 of Jess.fm. This one's about silence. The kind that's loud. The kind that makes you question who you are when no one's clapping. We're talking AI, authenticity, influence, and character. It's not polished, but it's honest. Welcome back. Okay, y'all, let me tell y'all what happened yesterday. Yep, I'm starting the conversation just like this. I'm starting the conversation telling y'all why episode 9 is coming on the 10th day since the start of this radio show, Jess.fm. First, before we get started, come on in here, like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Y'all know what to do. But look, y'all, yesterday was Juneteenth. I literally had every intention of still posting an episode yesterday, but with my rhythm being off, when we just flying back in the day before, things got off. Life happened. Lifed. And so this is episode 9 today of Just.fm. I hope that you're here to join the conversation, and forgiveness for missing yesterday's episode, but it's all good. Y'all, I was even gonna go so far, and I'm glad I did this, but I don't know. I might actually have to try, because I played around with it a little bit. I was going to put up an AI episode of myself. I told y'all I'm a proponent of AI. Every day I hear more and more about people who's scared of it. What are y'all scared of? I'm confused. What are y'all afraid of with the AI? Like, I've seen it in my algorithm. People are finding AI influencers. And it looks to me more like shock at how real the AI is versus actual AI fears. I heard a commentator go so far as to say AI is of the devil and that we should stay away from it. And let's have the debate, okay? Let's have the debate. What makes AI of the devil? And there's infinite things around us that I could point to that also could be of the devil, but we're okay with it. Like, what's different about the AI piece? Is it the authenticity of it and or the closeness of authenticity of it? Is it the fact that you don't know what you're looking at is real or fake? Like, I would love to hear y'all's reasonings. And if you're some of the influencers and or people who are like, no, I'm staying far, far away from it, I would really want to know why. Because here's the thing, guys, whether you embrace it or not, it's still here now. All right. And so there's responsible ways to use it. There's responsible ways for you to implement it in your life. And all of the fear that you have of what others are going to do with it, I'm going to be honest, you're already contributing to that right now. Like, I'm sitting in the car driving, doing episode 9 here, and I see cameras all around me. That helps to improve AI. I just left my job where I have to do a lot of technical writing and, among other things, leaving a footprint of my thoughts on wax. That will help AI. I am recording this radio show right now. And, my voice, that could help the AI. I make purchases with, my credit card. And one could trail the things that I'm purchasing. That helps AI. Not to mention, I bet every single one of you have gone onto a site called, let me see, Google. And if you don't think your contributions to Google's isn't helping AI, you got another thing coming. So just because you haven't logged into ChatGPT doesn't mean that you're slowing down or stopping the progress of AI being here, because it's already here. It's been here. Y'all saw the Will Smith eating spaghetti episode video. What was that? 3 years ago versus the Will Smith eating spaghetti episode I don't know why I'm saying episode. We're going to go with that, though. The Will Smith eating spaghetti episode of 2025, and it is day and night. There are people around you who are constantly invested in the improvement of AI. Why wouldn't you want to be one of those people? And if you're afraid of the risks of it, why wouldn't you be getting involved to help solve those risks? These are questions you have to ask yourself, because get this. Your fear of AI taking jobs is already happening. So what that should do is challenge you to figure out what industry is that happening in, and is that an industry that I'm a part of? And if so, how do I get to be on the team that's being the AI programmers? All right. Your jobs are going to look different in the age of AI than what you're so used to right now. And so if that concerns you, ask yourself why. Like, why am I so attached to what I do today? You know, as someone who has mentored people in their career for, I don't know, over a decade now, I always tell them, you know, your first year on the job is for you to learn. Your second year on the job is for you to do. Your third year on the job is for you to master. After you've mastered it, you should already be looking on anyway. You should already be looking up, looking at what's my next thing. Sometimes, you know, that timeline is a little too short, and maybe there's 2 or 3 more years straggling before you feel like you've mastered something. But once you've mastered something, then you should be looking for your next thing, my dear. So that could be a promotion within the same, you know, team you're on, a promotion within the same company or industry. Or it could be, let me figure out how to take these skills that I've mastered in this role and see how that would help me transferably in another role. So AI coming around shouldn't be what scares you about, you know, your job. Complacency should. Complacency is what should scare you. Because any of us who do the same thing over and over and over and over, year after year, decade after decade, we are going to grow what's called burnout anyway. I believe AI is an opportunity to reinvigorate your career totally. And you being shy or being scared of it, that's not gonna help you. You're still gonna need to look up for a new job eventually anyway. And I would hope that's what you want. I would hope that's what you want. Look, follow me on IG for more career advice and, you know, managing your career. But I'll leave you with this. AI isn't going to be what takes your job. Someone using AI is going to be what takes your job. All right. And 2, AI is not going to eliminate all human jobs. It's just going to change what human jobs look like. So, you know, as part of my role and what I like to do, it is, you know, coaching and helping people understand the beast, as y'all like to call it, of artificial intelligence. But it really is a matter of you being able to put your creation capabilities to work, and your best bet is figuring out how you can make that work for you. Okay, so said all that to say, I literally, in finding out ways to make AI work for me, I was going to post an AI episode yesterday, but I said, nah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Not for this series that is intended for unfiltered human thoughts and conversation. So we'll keep this thing going. But in any event, it's so good to see y'all today. It's Friday. Hey. If it's your end of your work week, you made it. You're going into a weekend. I hope you enjoyed your Juneteenth celebration. If you celebrate, you know, I hope to get into some barbecue or something this weekend. I hope to, you know, support, you know, some family through some other key life events that they have going on. And it's almost my birthday. So I am so excited for next Friday, when I will grow another year wiser. So tune in. I don't know what I'll do on that episode, but I'm going to do something, y'all. And although it's going to be my birthday, I'm going to make a point to make sure we get an episode in. But look, I have just a few topics I wanted to cover with y'all. Other than, you know, this spontaneous AI piece that some kind of way made it on its way to the docket. Again, take it like a grain of salt. Comment below if you disagree. I love the discourse. But what I wanted to talk about today has to do with all of the conversation I'm starting to hear about that artist, y'all. That artist keeps coming up. That one that shall remain nameless. He keeps coming up, and not in good ways. More and more, Kendrick's premonitions are true. More and more inauthenticity is being exposed. And more, we got folks caping. All right. So get this. Lil Wayne has a son who goes by Lil Novi. Lil Novi was interviewed, and he was asked, who's better, Wayne or this other artist? And y'all, the young man said, obviously it would be my dad. He wrote most of his stuff anyway. That, I think, is the quote. Y'all tell me if I got the quote wrong in the comments. Put it below. Tell me the right quote. But that sparked a lot of conversation, because here we are again with somebody else bringing up someone who didn't write something. Okay? It's not news necessarily. It's just more artifacts. That's what I would call it. Like, it's not anything that I'm shocked at. It's just more artifacts. Yeah, I'm really more and more starting to think I might need to go on and do a special episode on what my position is as it relates to this other artist and why I feel the way that I feel. But what I will say is this, like, separate the real from the fake wherever you can, because just like you said, those of you who are concerned with AI, you don't want any of that fake stuff. Well, you can't have the fake stuff then being consumed by your ears either. That's what I think. I think that, artistry has evolved so much over the years, and yes, it has always been a collaborative effort, but there comes another point in the conversation when we're talking about artists' character. Okay, so this isn't about the music, this isn't about the art, it's about the character. And like I told y'all on an episode last week, for me, it's hard to separate character from art. So that, but some of y'all, maybe it's fine. But some of the moves that I'm seeing, I don't like it. Like, not even Lil Novi sharing his story, which, by the way, if he's as young as I think he is, I don't know how old he is, but he seems young. If he has this perspective of his father and this other artist writing relationship, don't you think he heard it from somewhere? Like, do y'all think he pulled that out of thin air? I don't think so. I think someone around him were saying these things. And I've seen a lot of people try to spin the quote. That's why I want y'all to drop the quote. I want to be wrong about what the quote said so bad that I'm begging you, please drop what he said, because some people were trying to say, well, he's saying that his father wrote most of his stuff, meaning his own, like Wayne wrote Wayne's raps. And how can he say that? Well, we all know Wayne would just go into the booth and record. We all know that he sometimes had to study music that he's about to perform because his music is off the dome. He don't even remember the lyrics. Like, why are we acting like that's what his son meant? Is that so that we can save this other person? Again, caping. All right. And by the way, is it that far-fetched? Is it that far-fetched that Wayne wrote for this other artist? Like, seriously. Like, y'all really have to think about how the whole collaboration, or I would say Young Money, came together and this artist ended up over there with Wayne. Like, y'all need to just go and read up on something. I don't know. Has anyone wrote a book on the history? Because at this point, it needs a whole book. All right. Are y'all not paying attention to optics? Again, optics matter. Like, are y'all not paying attention to the writings on the wall and forming your own conclusions? Why are you so ready? Why are you so readily ready to just listen to what someone says instead of forming your own conclusions? And so I've formed a conclusion that more and more each day gets further justified. All right. I'll even go so far and bring up the recent Clips article and album or song that's come up. What is it called? So Be It? Where Pusha T basically says what he says about Travis, and people are all up in arms about that. Like, what happened to the rappers who actually write their stuff being able to tell their own perspectives? Like, that's what I took Pusha T's news. But in case you missed it, basically in the song, he says, what did he say? You cried in front of me, you died in front of me. I'm a paraphrase. His girlfriend got took and he cried in front of him, and Pusha was there to console Travis. And the reason he brought that up is because how dare you, Travis, lean on me for support and then turn around and shoot slugs at people in my camp. People in his camp he's talking about is Pharrell. The slugs he's talking about is the song Meltdown that Travis had this other artist on. Again, this man is always in mess, y'all. This other artist is on this song, and he's throwing shots at Pharrell when, Travis, didn't you just have Pharrell produce a song on this same album? So here we are again pointing out character flaws. You know, the point of Pusha T saying what he said was less about what happened. You can tell by his tone, he don't care about what actually happened. He's effectively just painting the picture on why, Travis, your character does not align with mine. And why, because of that, we can't never be cool. I can't be fake with you, so don't be fake with me. And that's basically all he's saying. We've all in our life had to say that to somebody. All right? So if you're out here caping, like, really take a step back and ask yourself, have you never had to tell someone, hey, I'm good on you? I'm good on what you stand for? Like, we have all had to say that to someone, and or in some way come to that conclusion with someone in our lives. Why can't Pusha T do it? You know, there's some commentator saying he shouldn't have been trying to come at Travis. He's just trying to sell an album. Why not? He writes his stuff. So like poetry, he's going to tell his perspective from his life experience. There is nothing wrong with that. What's wrong is when people are performing music from a perspective that they ain't lived. That is what people need to be trying to pick apart, not this man giving his perspective on why he don't mess with somebody. Okay? And so again, we're talking about character. It's always been about character. The whole beef last year was about character. People wanted to take it, manipulate it, and make it about something else. But it's always been about character, morals, and values. All right? CMV. Character, morals, and values. There are some people out here that still don't understand what not like us was meaning. They are out here talking about not like us meant Americans versus Canadians, race versus race, all this other stuff, but what it truly intended to mean, which, how do I know this? Because I listen to lyrics. And good writers, when you listen to their lyrics, forget even that, go read the lyrics. All right? Read it like it's a poem, and you will understand the intention behind what Kendrick meant in that song. It wasn't about a country versus a country. Like, where do we get that? We got it from all of the hype and not paying attention to where the hype was coming from. So y'all are listening to someone who can assess things, who can read and regurgitate things. And so I'm not confused about any of this stuff. And you need to ask yourself, what side of the CMV are you on? Are you with this shady moving type character behavior? Or are you with people who they say they are, people who move with integrity, people who, okay, if I make a mistake, I can face it, I can apologize for it instead of defending myself on why I did what was wrong. Like, these are things that all of us deal with in our every single day lives. All right? I would tell my daughter when she was little, good character means that you're doing what's right, even when no one's watching. All right. And there's a lot of people out here who are moving in a way where they're trying to do what they think they can get away with. They're getting caught, and then they're trying to explain away bad behavior and bad character. And there are some people who take it. They'll say, oh, well, such and such did it, so why can't he? That don't have nothing to do with integrity. I'm not mimicking or copying the wrong thing and saying that makes it okay. That's not how you should be moving in life either. Move with integrity, move with character, move as though, all eyes are on you if that's what you have to do. But really, it's make sure you have good morals and, and values. And if you can stick in that and stay in that, you will find yourself not in these predicaments like what this other artist is dealing with every other day, month. Something is being tied to or associating with him. And it's not in a good way. All right. So character, that's the word of the day. The question of the day is, what's your character like? Is who you are when you're alone the same as who you are when you're in front of people? Do you find yourself being a chameleon, trying to move and adapt and look good? Or do you move with actual integrity? Tell me in the comments below. All right. It's the weekend time. I'm still thinking about the fact that this is episode 9, and do I want to make up for an episode just so we can still be at 10 come Monday time? I don't know, but you'll have to look out, keep updated, follow the clips, drop some likes for your girl. But until then, I appreciate you. Bye-bye. That's it for tonight, y'all. If this hit even a little, slide into the quiet with me next week. Same voice, same truth. You were already thinking it. I just said it. This is Jess.fm.
Thanks for riding with Jess.fm. See you next drive.